Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. I'd like us to look at John chapter 5 today at two short thoughts. So don't worry, we won't get too long today. The first one is in verse 13. The man who had been healed had no idea who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Have you ever noticed Jesus never needed to be the center of attention? Yes, he would be the center of attention while he preached the word and while he healed people, but when it was all over, he didn't like people standing around and fawning on him. Jesus slipped away into the crowd. The more you study about Jesus, the more you begin to understand he's not like anybody we've ever met before. He didn't need the attention of the people. One of our board members the other day said something that I'd never thought of before in my life, and we were discussing church philosophy and that we did not want to be the type of a church that just built a big event and had people come to the event and the church was an event center. We wanted to go to people. We wanted to go and preach the gospel to the lost. We wanted to go into the homes and visit the people. And yeah, then Sunday services, yes, but we didn't want to put all of our effort into making the church like an event center. And I said, I just don't understand why pastors want to do these event centers today. And everything is about the big event on Sunday. And he looked at me and he said, pastors, because they want to be loved, but they don't want to love. You could have knocked me upside the head. I thought, incredible, incredible wisdom. A whole new style of churches has been developed based on narcissism. A whole new style of church where everybody comes to the church and gathers around the pastor, and the pastor just stays in his office and never goes to them, is built on a pastor's need, a pastor's psychological need, rather than biblical obedience. I'll have to think about that one for a long time. But the second thought here, later Jesus found this man who'd been healed at the temple and said to him, so in other words, Jesus went looking for him again. He said, see, you're well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you. There are times that you and I need to realize that sin opens the door for Satan's destructive work in our lives. Paul says it this way, don't give the devil a foothold. The Greek word is topos, T-O-P-O-S, which means an opportunity of ministry created by an office that is given. Don't give Satan an office of ministry in your life. When you and I sin, we give him place. We give him an opportunity to work in our life. So Jesus looked at this man and said, yes, I've healed you. But he said, now stop sinning. Stop it, or something worse will happen to you. Yes, I believe in grace. We are saved by grace. We go up in the rapture by grace. Everything God gives us is by grace. But we also have to live a sanctified life. And there's a difference between salvation by grace and sanctification. See, grace says that we are to say no to sin, to say no to ungodliness. The Bible is clear. Grace teaches us to say no to ungodliness. Yes, we are saved by grace. But grace is not, as Paul would say, is not a license for sin. Lest you and I learn that when God does something in our life because of grace, like this man, he was healed by grace. But then Jesus said, now your response to grace is stop sinning or something worse will happen to you.